The real reason you are still broke. Your YouTube algorithm is full of garbage. I am going to say something that might make you uncomfortable. Your financial situation right now is not entirely your fault, but it is also not entirely outside your control. And the thing that is keeping you stuck, the invisible wall between where you are and where you want to be financially, is something you carry in your pocket every single day. It is your phone. Not because of what is on it, but because of what is being served to you on it. Right now, at this exact moment, the algorithm on your device has a profile of you. It knows what you click on, what you pause on, what makes you watch for more than 3 seconds, what makes you feel something, even if that something is just the cheap dopamine of an entertaining distraction. And it is using that profile to keep you exactly where you are. Not growing, not learning, not building, just watching. And here's the part that should make you genuinely angry. The people who built these systems know exactly what they are doing. They study human psychology obsessively. They run millions of experiments a year to figure out what keeps you scrolling. And they have found conclusively that emotional contact, drama, conflict, outrage, humor, spectacle keeps you engaged far longer than educational content. So that is what they feed you. And slowly, without you realizing it, your entire information diet becomes junk food. And you wonder why you feel financially stuck. Section 1. The algorithm does not want you rich. Let me be very specific about what is happening. Every time you open a video platform and the feed loads automatically, you are not browsing, you are being served. There is a difference. Browsing means you have intent, you are looking for something, you are directing your attention with purpose. Being served means the algorithm has already decided what you are going to see before you even unlock your phone, based on your history, based on your patterns, based on what kept you watching yesterday. And if yesterday you watched 3 videos about celebrity gossip, 2 about some online drama, and 1 funny clip that made you laugh for 4 seconds and forget 2 seconds later, then today the algorithm is going to give you more of that. It is not evil, it is not personal, it is just math. But the outcome is the same either way. You spend an hour on your phone and you learn absolutely nothing useful about how to manage your money, how to invest, how to build wealth, how to get out of debt, how to protect yourself financially. And you do this every day. And the weeks become months and the months become years, and you are still in the same place, maybe slightly worse. Not because you are lazy, not because you are not smart enough, because you have been feeding your brain the wrong content for so long that financial knowledge feels foreign and boring compared to the stimulation your algorithm has trained you to crave. That is the trap. And the first step out of the trap is understanding that you are in one. Section 2. What your algorithm actually looks like. I want you to do something right now. Open your most used video app. Go to your watch history. Scroll through the last week. Do not judge what you see. Just observe it. What is the ratio? How many of those videos made you more capable, more informed, more financially aware? And how many of them are things you cannot even remember watching? For most people, the honest answer is uncomfortable. Because when you actually look at the feed, instead of just consuming it on autopilot, you start to see the pattern. You see that the algorithm has sorted you into a category, not a financial growth category, not a wealth building category, an entertainment category, a keep them distracted category. And here's what makes this particularly dangerous for your finances specifically. Financial literacy is not intuitive for most people. It requires learning. It requires some initial effort to understand concepts that were never taught in school. And that initial effort is exactly what the algorithm works against. Because that initial effort requires you to stay with something that is not immediately entertaining. To watch a video about compound interest when your feed is also offering you something with 10 times the stimulation. The algorithm makes the healthy choice feel hard, and it makes the unhealthy choice feel effortless. Every single day. Section 3. The person with the same phone who is doing something different. I want you to think about someone. They are your age. They have the same phone, the same apps, the same exact number of hours in a day. But their algorithm looks completely different from yours. Not because they have more willpower, not because they were born with some special financial gene, because at some point, maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, they made a different choice about what to click on. They watched one video about how to pay off debt faster, and the algorithm, being what it is, served them another one. And then another. And slowly, their feed transformed. Finance, investing, budgeting, tax strategies, building credit, real estate basics, retirement accounts. Their phone became a classroom. And over the next 12 months, here is what happened. They stopped carrying a balance on their credit card because they finally understood what 24% APR actually costs over time. They opened an investment account. Nothing dramatic, just automatic contributions every month to a low-cost index fund. They negotiated their salary for the first time in their career because they watched 3 videos about how salary negotiation actually works and realized they had been leaving money on the table for years. They built a small emergency fund, 3 months of expenses, sitting there, liquid, available, which means the next time something unexpected happens, a car repair, a medical bill, a job loss, they do not go into debt to survive it. None of these things required extraordinary income. None of them required a finance degree. They required information and consistency and a feed that was working for them instead of against them. This person exists. In fact, this person is becoming more and more common. And the gap between them and the person whose algorithm is full of garbage is growing wider every single month. Which side of that gap are you on right now? Section 4. How the algorithm became your financial enemy without you knowing. Here is something nobody talks about enough. You did not choose this. You did not wake up one day and decide that you wanted an algorithm full of content that keeps you financially ignorant. It happened gradually, one click at a time, over months and years. You clicked on one funny video, and the algorithm noted it. You paused on one dramatic story, and the algorithm flagged it. You finished one piece of outrage content all the way to the end, and the algorithm learned that you were the kind of user who responds to that. And it just kept optimizing, getting better at giving you what kept you watching. Not what was good for you, what kept you watching. And the most insidious part, it felt like preference. It felt like you were choosing this, like this was just what you were into. But preferences can be manufactured. If someone gives you fast food every day for a year, you start craving fast food. Not because fast food is what your body actually wants, but because you have been conditioned to want it. The same thing happened with your information diet. Your brain started craving the kind of content the algorithm kept serving you, and anything that felt educational, slow, or requiring effort started to feel like work in comparison. That is not a character flaw. That is neuroscience. The good news is that the same mechanism that conditioned you to want garbage content can recondition you to want better content. The brain adapts to what it is consistently fed. Change the feed, change the craving. Section 5. How to take your algorithm back. Let me give you something practical, because awareness without action is just frustration. Step 1. Interrupt the autopilot. The algorithm only has power over you when you open the app on autopilot. When you unlock your phone and your thumb goes to the app before your brain even makes a choice. Start making that a conscious moment. Before you open the app, ask yourself, am I looking for something specific or am I just filling time? If you are just filling time, close the app. Do something else for 5 minutes. Walk around, drink water, breathe. Give your brain a moment to reset before handing it over to the algorithm. Step 2. Deliberately seed your algorithm with financial content. Search for financial topics intentionally. Watch a video about compound interest all the way through. Search for how to invest with a small amount. Look up what index funds are. You are not just learning, you are training your algorithm. Every intentional search and completed view tells the system, this user is interested in this, give them more. Within 2 to 4 weeks of doing this consistently, your feed will look different. Not perfect, but different, better. Step 3. Apply one thing per week. Financial knowledge only changes your life when it moves from the screen into your actual behavior. So after every piece of financial content you watch or read, identify one thing you can apply this week, one small action. Check your credit score,
Set up one automatic transfer to savings. Cancel one subscription you forgot you were paying for. Increase your 401k contribution by 1%. Small, consistent, applied. That is how information becomes wealth. Closing. I want to leave you with this. 5 years from now, you will be one of two versions of yourself. Version 1, still in the same loop, feed full of the same kind of content, financial situation roughly the same as today, maybe with a little more anxiety added. Version 2, someone who made a small, consistent shift in what they paid attention to, whose algorithm became a tool instead of a trap, whose financial life changed not because of one dramatic decision, but because of 1,000 small daily choices about where to direct their attention. The difference between those two versions of you is not intelligence, it is not income, it is not luck. It is what you choose to watch. You are watching this right now. That is already a different choice. So here is my ask. Drop a comment and tell me honestly, what does your current watch history actually look like? Is your algorithm working for you or against you? And if this cracked something open for you, if you felt even a small shift, share this with one person who needs to hear it. Because the most valuable thing you can do for someone you care about is not give them money. It is show them how money works. See you next week.